And with that, we welcome you inside the Stan Sheriff Center. Kanoa Leahy, Chris McLaughlin. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. C-Mac.
The Oregon Ducks, they got to reduce their service errors. They had more service errors than aces last night, 4 and 10 in the season. They've got 52 aces and 43 service errors, so an unusual night for them. Matt Ulmer said they were trying to be too precise. And for Hawaii, take a tip from Robin. Get the tips. Way too many dropped last night.
The Rainbow Wahine falling to an even 4-4 on the year. After that result last night, a sweep victory for the Ducks, who are now 6-3, and it will be the Rainbow Wahine serving first. Faith Ma'afala sends it across. And they go middle set to Willow Johnson, and just like that, the 6'3 junior gets the Ducks off the schneid. The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineups to scroll at the bottom of your screen. Willow Johnson was actually somewhat quotidian last night. 7 kills, hitting $190 in that sweep victory for the Ducks. Backside, here's McKenna Granato. Roll shot goes off the block and down. And so pulling the string was Granato. She gets the kill. 7 kills. Also hit $150 with 10 digs 24 hours ago.
We're so used to seeing her get a double-double kills and digs every night in and night out. So last night was a bit of an anomaly.
Just her second non-double figure kill performance of this 2018 season. Here's Casey Castillo with the full swing. Finds that deep corner past the diving Brooke Nunaviller, and Hawaii in front 2-1.
Hawaii playing a man-up defense there. Faith Ma'afala ready to get the tip. It was not going to drop. She was parked right behind the block.
Casey Castillo has the potential to be such an X factor for this squad. 4 kills, flatlined it last night. The block is up for Hawaii as Natasha Burns sends it back, and Hawaii up 3-1.
Burns stopped somebody who Hawaii could not stop last night. 15 kills, only 3 errors all night long for that young lady, and Lindsay Vanderweide.
Granato tickles the tape, and there is the dump shot by August Rasky. We saw that with fairly high frequency last night.
Missed assignment there. Either Burns or Castillo have got to get that block on the setter when the setter's in the front row, because Rasky is a good dump shot artist.
Solid start though for Hawaii. Natasha Burns, that deep tip shot is dug up, and then Ronica Stone. Not much more formidable in all of college volleyball than Ronica Stone on that slide move. That time she bangs it off the block, and the Ducks draw even.
All Pac-12 last 2 years, all freshman team. Hits high and hard.
The Ducks ranked 12th in the nation. There's Burns off the one leg, and she gets it blocked and roofed. It was Ronica Stone right next to Taylor Borup, 6'4 junior, who started her college career at North Carolina. Borup did not play in last night's match. Hawaii out of system, and that's an ace. An ace for Lindsay Vanderweide, and just like that, the Ducks have swung things the other way, and they have scored 4 straight.
Hawaii going with a 2-person passing pattern. I'm not sure about that. This good Duck serving team. They're the best serving team in the Pac-12.
Down the line it goes. Granato handles it. Middle set, Burns blocked back. She punches it up, so Granato, 2-hand set to Castillo. Tip shot, advantage Ducks. Rasky. Again with that southpaw swing, so formidable at the net.
Yeah, she is really good. That left hand comes right into her wheelhouse there, and Hawaii had better put somebody up on her very soon.
Right now, Hawaii in a sticky rotation. Noreen, you'll see it with the well-placed free ball. Chance now for Hawaii. Ma'afala goes backside to Noreen, blocked and roofed. Stone up there with Borup, and the Ducks are now flapping their wings as Robin Amos Santos signals for a timeout. 6 straight points for Oregon. Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3 and look at that number 2 position. August Rasky, the setter for Oregon. Second in the NCAA in assists per match. Jenna Gray of Stanford is third. Tess Reed of LMU atop the list. Stanford, by the way, ranked second, getting a win over number 3 Texas today in 4 sets. Stanford now, your alma mater, CMAC. They have now won 4 straight against top 5 opponents.
Playing some pretty good volleyball right now. Losing early. They play a tough preseason schedule. The first couple of weekends, they play nothing but top 5 teams, so they're bound to lose 1 or 2 in there.
Saw the kill moments ago by Castillo. Hawaii now with the advantage. It's Leva blocked by Stone. Hawaii still with it. This time it goes outside to Castillo. Another good swing, but she just sends it past that end line. And the Ducks able to dodge a minor BB there. They get the point.
Casey had a pretty good set there from Faith Maafala. 1 blocker up only. Casey just powered it a little bit too long, a little bit too much adrenaline maybe.
2 kills, already 5 attempts for Casey Castillo. Here's Leva in the middle. That was a hammer. And can Oregon return it? No, they can't. Sarah Leva getting all of that nectar put there by Faith Maafala.
Picking up right where she left off last night. Sarah really starting to see the block quite well.
Well, for her, transitioning from last playing intercollegiate basketball at Hawaii Pacific University, she said that she had to get into volleyball shape, and maybe we're starting to see her reach some of those goals. That's Sumit Gill on the slide, dug up by Granato. Hawaii has to get it over, and they're unable to do so. Sumit Gill, 6'2" senior from Elk Grove, California. As you see Angel Gaskin enter into the match. Just 1 kill and 14 swings for Angel last night. Another potential X factor for Hawaii, and she gets the early set and gets the early kill. That had to feel good.
Pretty good there. This little high 2 set in the middle. Something that she does in 1 rotation and doesn't do in the others. The rest of the time she'll be hitting on the right side exclusively. I like her hitting that high 2 set in the middle. Usually she only faces 1 blocker.
Gaskin averaging 1.3 kills per set. Rika Okino with the serve. Here's the middle set, and that one straight down to the Terraflex, Willow Johnson.
Two lefties going toe-to-toe there, right? In the exact same set. Both ending up with kills.
Johnson, the team leader in kills per set, 3.2. Coming into the weekend. Here's Yosia. Sets up Gaskin. The tip shot works. A little roll reversal from what we saw more frequently going the other way last night.
Absolutely. Maybe Hawaii's going to use the same strategy. I doubt very much, though, that Oregon will let many of those tips drop.
Here you see the season numbers for Gaskin. Here's Leva with the deep serve. Gill is dug up by Yosia, so Okino bump set to Granato from off the net, plugs it through that block and down. And the crowd likes that one. Hawaii within 2. McKenna Granato continues to lead this Hawaii team, 3.54 kills per set, hitting .239 on the year. The SSC quiets once again for Leva's serve. Back row set, Van Sickle, Brooke Van Sickle, off balance swing. Here's Burns in the middle, just dinks it into the deep corner.
How about Sarah Leva with a great serve to start things off, then makes a terrific dig right on the money. Yosia gets a nice set to Burns, only it's a little bit low. At 6'5", you got to always set her too high.
Leva into the net. Once again trailing by 2, and it will be the libero for the Ducks, Brooke Nunaviller, 5'11" freshman from Chandler, Arizona, back to serve. 14 digs in last night's match. She was actually recruited as not necessarily a defensive specialist, but an outside hitter, as Angel Gaskin goes through the block, dug up by Nunaviller. Johnson, right there is Tita Q. Here's Gaskin again, the tip, this time blocked. Hawaii scrambling. Granato just gets it over. They go pitter-patter between the net. Oregon now with it. Middle set, Stone blocked by Burns. Nunaviller, bump set to Johnson. Off the tape, right there is Okino. You'll see a backside, Gaskin through the block, tipped around and down. Hawaii wins a lengthy one.
I told you earlier, if Hawaii can stay in the rally, stays long enough, they might have a chance. Just frustrate the Duck hitters.
And so Faith Ma'afala's turn now to serve. Back behind the service line where she started this opening set. Outside, that's Vanderweide. Hawaii on the attack now. Burns paintbrushed it, dug up by Rasky. Vanderweide right there is Tita Q. Here's Burns again, blocked back by Stone. We got a little joust at the net. Ma'afala has to play it off of the twine. And that was another missed opportunity, perhaps. Burns right up there with Stone, lost the battle.
Exactly, and I think that Natasha Burns really has to win more of those blocking battles at the net at 6'5". She's got to be a force up there and be tapping down more of those balls, winning the jousts, especially blocking the setter, Rasky, when she's in the front row.
Deep serve there by Cameron Tastad, causing a little bit of trouble for Hawaii in transition. Here's Stone off of one leg, off the block, a cue with the dig. Ma'afala middle to Burns again, not getting the right contact. Stone's dink is dug up by Ma'afala. Back bump set, Okino to Noreen Yosia, denied access. Rasky right next to Ronica Stone.
I think Stone got most of it at 6'2". He's got the hops, he's got the leg. Although Rasky might have, I think Rasky got most of that one. But solid block.
And that's an out serve, so Hawaii gets gifted one. And Casey Castillo will rotate back into the match. The Ducks, again, 12th in the latest ABCA rankings, moved up 6 spots by virtue of their win over top-ranked, or at least then top-ranked Minnesota last week. And Granato sends it long. In fact, the 3 losses for the Ducks this season, all to top 5 opponents, Texas, Nebraska, and Penn State.
Play a tough preseason schedule. Unlike a lot of Pac-12 teams will play a soft schedule because the league is so tough with 9 of the top 25 teams in the country in one league.
Here's Yosia, double block up. The tip shot sniffed out by Rasky. So bump set, Borup is dug up by a cue. Ma'afala had a set not on the money, so a free chance here for the Ducks. Slide, Stone through the block and down. Ronica Stone did that time and time again last night.
It's a game of inches. Hawaii right now not getting those close plays like that, or the last set by Ma'afala, not as accurate as it could have been.
Here's Yosia, 2 blockers up, and she smokes one down the line. Just avoided the block altogether.
Exactly. Last night, she had a good night last night. Hit 300 on the night, 5 kills, 270 actually.
Recorded her first career triple-double a couple of matches ago against the Portland Pilots. How about the dig by a cue, but Hawaii couldn't return it. Tita Q, the reigning Big West Conference Defensive Player of the Week, had 70 digs in the 3 matches in last week's Outrigger Challenge.
Again, Hawaii going 2-person passing. Granato on a cue.
Good pass there by Granato. Backside, Yosia, the block is late, but Hawaii's still with it. Granato through the block and down.
Q, I think, was trying to bump set that out to Castillo on the left. Instead, she short-armed him a little bit. Luckily, Granato was ready to swing away.
So Hawaii trailing by 3. They're hitting 250 here in this opening stanza compared to 333 for the Ducks. And Noreen Yosia with the serve. Team leader in aces. Right on cue.
She's got a vicious jump serve that dies when it gets over the net. And she can precise it down the line as well, just like that.
That is her 10th ace of the season. She had a team high 34 of those last year.
She just aced a really good passer too in Tastad.
Down the line again, just wide of the floor.
Tastad just got ace. Homer calls her the ultimate libero, maybe the best defender in the United States. So a feather in Yosia's cap.
Leva, just a wild haymaker type of swing. Borup through the block. Good dig there by Granato. Outside it goes to Castillo through the block. Diving save Rasky. Johnson on the second touch. Sniffed out by a cue. Yosia back row to Granato. Off speeder. Diving save Nunaviller. Borup cross court and in. Taylor Borup, who did not play last night, averaging 1.6 kills per set. Again, a transfer from North Carolina. Was a 2016 ACC All-Freshman team selection while with the Tar Heels.
Fab 50 as well. MVP at the Junior Olympics in 2016. She's got a resume like all the rest of them.
Yeah, you can almost rubber stamp the Fab 50 on the resume of every one of these players on this Oregon roster.
Yeah, it's an elite group of athletes for sure.
Serve goes wide though from Rasky. So Hawaii hanging around here in this first set. Last night, the moment of dejection came in that second set when Hawaii led by as many as 7. In fact, they were up 22-16, unable to close it out. They lost 25-23. Can they get themselves into a position to possibly win a set here tonight? And that's going to be a double hit called against the setter Rasky. Just couldn't quite get the shoulders squared, and that's a point for Hawaii.
Exactly. Hawaii got lucky there, but give credit to Rico Aquino for putting up a really good serve there that forced the bad pass.
16 serving 18. And that into the net. Fourth service error for Hawaii here in this opening set. There's never a good time probably for a service error, but Hawaii's have come, it seems, at particularly bad times. Momentum-killing type of service errors.
Right when they're in the middle of comebacks.
But Hawaii gifted another one as that serve by Brooke Van Sickle goes long.
I kind of like that miss better than the miss into the net. At least the one that's hitting over the net. The other team's receivers have got to make a decision. When you hit it into the net, it's no decision. You just get the free point.
17 serving 19. Leva sends it deep. Nunaviller handles it. Backside set. That's Johnson with some heat. Good dig by Yosia, who sends a free ball Oregon's way. Rasky goes outside. Vanderweide diving save. Granato. Here's Gaskin with the southpaw swing. Cross court and in. Hawaii within a single point.
That might have been their best rally of the 2 nights so far. Everybody was covering their positions. See the off blocker coming and playing there, Castillo. And then Gaskin converting on the kill. And Leva, how about that serve from deep?
Here's Johnson off the block, played off the net by Gaskin. The swing by Granato. She's roofed. Oh, she had a good look at it. And the Ducks are first to 20. Angel Gaskin, by the way, C-Mac, 4 kills, 6 swings, no errors here so far tonight.
What a turnaround from last night. She seems to be in a much better rhythm, better shot selection. I like the fact she's hitting the ball harder, too.
A little more confident, certainly, in her approach and in those arm swings.
Last night you see that she had more errors than kills, hitting negative 071.
So Brooke Nunaviller, the Pac-12 Freshman of the Week, with the serve. From off the net, it's Granato. And she goes off the block and down. Wow, the odds were against her as far as where the location of that set was, and she still got it by Ronica Stone.
The odds were really against her. She's going up against 6'3" and 6'3". It's a pretty good block and both good jumpers.
Granato hitting 429, 4 kills for her. Deep breath by Faith Ma'afala as she sends it over. It's a good serve. Here's Stone, though, on the slide. Hawaii's block out a piece. Q will be able to chase down the second touch. Okino has to send a free ball the Ducks' way. What do? The middle set was a little ill-timed. Scramble play for Hawaii. Granato sends an off-speeder across. Stone bump sets left side. Vanderweide dug up by Q. Okino able to center it. And a 2-hand free ball sent over once more. Backside, here's Johnson. Okino got it up. Burns gets it over. We play on. Rasky middle set. Stone misses wide. Point Hawaii, and they survive a lengthy sequence.
Wow, that's some pretty good volleyball, I'll tell you. Hawaii refusing to let the ball hit the floor on defense. What a turnaround from last night.
Almost every player on the floor, it seemed, in that sequence, getting a big-time dig for Hawaii. Backside, here's Johnson, cross court, one-hand, left-handed save by Noreen Yosia. The roll shot right there is Nunaviller. Johnson, her roll shot falls right in between all of the ladies in black.
And just as soon as we said no ball hits the floor, Tip shot hits the floor. Great shot by Willow Johnson.
This Rainbow Wahine squad is competing here in this opening set. Testad with the serve. It's a deep one. Played nicely by Okino. Here is Granato through the double block. Two-handed in the air by Rasky. Vanderweide, a two-hand dig. You'll see it. She'll get the set on the outside pin, and she'll pump it down.
You'll see it starting to feel it. A lot of heat on that one. Challenging the block, going inside. Catching a piece of the middle blocker.
And so we are even Steven at 21 all. Granato with the jump floater. Slide to Stone. And the block was not very apparent from the Hawaii side of the net.
It was like watching Robin Santos to Angelica Youngquist, kind of a step-out maneuver.
We saw that a little bit in the alumni match.
They did. They look good. They both look good. But Rasky just fired that one out to the antenna. And Stone took it out of the air and buried it.
Back row set, Granato. Oh, that was heavy-handed. Great dig there by Tastad. Free ball, though, for Hawaii. Oregon a little out of sync there. Here's Yosia. Off the block and down. Point for Hawaii. We're tied again. Fifth tie of this opening set.
Well, the good thing for Hawaii tonight is no long runs for Oregon.
See Matt Ulmer.
Last night they got points in bunches.
Saw Matt Ulmer in his second season atop this Oregon program. Good dig there by Granato. You'll see a backside, high hands, dug up in the back row by Vanderweide. The tip shot by Stone, pancake save by a Q, and then Castillo is denied at the net. How about the spatula being busted out, but then Rasky and Stone saying to Casey Castillo.
Once again, Akio continues to get the job done on defense.
Stone with the serve, two-hand pass Granato. Leva in the middle, hammers it home.
Well, this crowd is loving this volleyball, aren't they? They're really into it right now. Leva playing well again, 2 nights in a row for Sarah.
So quick off the ground, and that arm swing.
Yeah, really quick. She gets up quickly, too. She's pretty fast twitch, don't you think?
You'll see it with the jump serve. It's an overpass, joust at the net, and Hawaii loses the battle. That was a huge moment there. Oregon gets the point, and they have aloha ball here in set 1. Robin Amos Santos will signal for a timeout. We'll take a break as well. The climax of set 1 when we come back. Welcome back. Robin Amos Santos will be celebrating her 43rd birthday tomorrow. And prior to the match, her players came out of the locker room. They had a big sign saying, "Happy birthday, we love you." Every player gave her a rose. And the very serious, no-nonsense Robin Amos Santos was a little misty-eyed in that moment. But right now, it is aloha ball in set 1 for Oregon out of the timeout. You'll see a high ball to Castillo off the block. Diving save, Nunaviller. Advantage Ducks. Here's Johnson. Dug up by Yosia over the net. Rasky goes middle set and off a one-leg Sumit Gill puts an exclamation point on the ending of set number 1. But the Rainbow Wahine competed. You said it, C-Mac, during the commercial break. You thought that was the best volleyball of the last 2 nights. Can Hawaii put up a fight similar in set number 2?
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. What we're going to be looking at here, C-Mac.
Well, we're looking at what Hawaii's trying to work on tonight. They didn't do very well last night. I'm sure Robin Amos Santos has them digging a lot more balls because of people like this getting the ball is Faith Mafala. She's going to come all the way over to the left and dig this ball. It's not even her position of the court. She goes almost 25 feet to get that ball, and that's how it was all first set. Hawaii with 24 digs like that. They averaged 16 digs. They got 24, and Akiu gets 8 of them. But Ma'afala's dig there, the most spectacular probably. Oregon also dug a lot of balls. They were right on their average at 17. But Hawaii digging 24 caused Matt Ulmer, as he crossed over to the bench and said to you, Kanoa, hey, tell those guys to stop digging so many balls, will you? That was funny.
Yeah, 24 digs for Hawaii compared to 17 for Oregon. Think about this. Lindsey Vanderweide, no kills on 8 attempts. She's hitting negative 125, and yet the Ducks still find a way to pull it out.
Yeah, they had their other role players play well. Smeek Gill with 2 kills, no errors. Willow Johnson, 3 kills, no errors.
Marine, you'll see it going cross court. Back row set, that's Van Sickle, dug up by Ma'afala. So a cue, bump set to Granato, cross court and in. Beautiful top spin on that one by McKenna Granato.
She hit the golden spot of the court, area 1, deep corner, nobody there.
And Granato will serve, sends it deep. May have been an out ball, played by Van Sickle. Vanderweide is blocked back. Nunaviller keeps it alive. One hand set to Stone, punches it over. So Ma'afala goes right side. Yosia gets roofed. As Lindsey Vanderweide says, all right, well, I've had trouble recording a kill. Why don't I just get in the block category?
She's a senior. She knows how to get the job done in multiple ways.
Hawaii losing in set 1, 25-23. Tastad with the serve here for the Ducks. You'll see a short hop. Just sliced it thin, cross court in.
Somehow, some way, Yosia knew exactly where the open spot was in the court. She didn't have a great run up, not a great jump.
Skylar Williams on the floor for Hawaii, playing the other middle position opposite Natasha Burns. But Ronica Stone says, welcome to the match, to the sophomore from Bellflower, California. She's able to swing it right by her to 2 here early in set number 2.
And Robin Amo Santos looking for a little more size in Skylar Williams versus the shorter Leva.
Ma'afala goes middle. Here's Williams. Kind of patty-caked it down. But it works. It's a point nonetheless.
There's no pictures in the scorecard, you know.
That's right.
Nice serve, Liz. Nice serve.
It's a point regardless of the MPH. Matt Ulmer, head coach for Oregon, spent 4 years as an assistant and associate head coach under Jim Moore before taking over last year. Did such a good job last season, they slapped a 4-year extension. That'll keep him around till 2021 at least. Stone misses the floor wide. And that is her second hitting error. Hawaii up a pair.
A rare error from Ronica Stone. Hawaii doing a much better job of slowing her down at least a bit.
So here is Yosia to serve. Had a service ace in that opening set. That's a good serve. Forces the overpass. Williams decides to play it. Yosia goes middle to Williams. But the soft touch is dug up by Tastad. Pinball around action by Hawaii, and a free ball coming here for Oregon. The pass tight to the net. Rasky tried to dink it over. Here's Granato from the back row. Lofts it across the net. Diving save Nunaviller. Stone just shoves it off the block and out. Again, Hawaii in transition with some chances there, with the advantages, unable to turn them in.
Yeah, their transition play not very smooth. Robin Amo Santos wanted a mishandled ball on that last set. Not to happen.
Perspiration being wiped off of the Terraflex here at the moment, so hence the pause in the action as Ronica Stone gets ready to serve it into play. Mentioned some of the celebrity parent power of the Oregon Ducks. Ronica Stone, one of them. Her dad, Ron Stone, former NFL lineman, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champ with the Dallas Cowboys. Vanderweide. All right, she is in the book. Her first kill of the match from the back row.
Nice dig by Ronica Stone, showing that she can play back row as well. I'm sure she'd love to play back row all the time.
Short jump floater there by Stone. You'll see it tried to catch him off guard, nothing doing. The swing by Bora. Gets the point for Oregon.
Bora's been fairly effective tonight. That's her second kill, no errors.
Also has a couple of blocks. And a 3-0 run here for Oregon as they jump in front for the first time in set 2.
Bora up at 6'4", also the tallest Duck.
Renato from the back row pumps it long. Hawaii out of sync on that occasion. And they trail by 2. Following a similar course is what we saw in set 1. With the encouraging start for Hawaii, and then Oregon turning on the boosters a little bit. Williams, that slide didn't quite formulate, and then Raske. Always got to be aware of that threat. And she pounds it into that deep corner on the second touch.
Coach Omer telling us before the game that Raske's been setting in the 6-2 offense for the last 3 years and loves doing the new job of setting the 5-1 and loves to be attacking in the front row.
Yeah, it says that she's still developing certain parts of her game, but he refers to her as a unicorn type of collegiate volleyball player. So I've never really quite seen someone play the setter position like she does. Says the ceiling is extremely high for her. She decides to go slide to Gill, blocked. Played on the Oregon side, back row, Vanderweide of the dink, sniffed out by Okino, diving style. Williams, that was heavy-handed, but it's dug up by Nuneviller. And then Borup just dinks it over, back to Oregon it goes. Borup with the low set, that may have been a miss hit. Patty caked across, and then Raske dumps it down. And it's a point for the Ducks.
The crowd was wanting a lift or a double contact, something that did not happen. Kiko Okino giving up her body there to keep the rally alive. There's the dump shot again by a very aggressive August Raske.
Yeah, already 5 kills for the setter, August Raske, as Willow Johnson goes right past that double block. And it's another point for Oregon, and now Robin Amos Santos will signal for a timeout. Largest lead of this second set for the Ducks. We'll be back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. The number is 8. That's the number of teams that have received first place votes in the AVCA Top 25 poll this season. And of course it is BYU, now ranked atop the top 25 for the first time in 32 years, mind you.
Amazing.
Out of the timeout, Oregon by 4. Raske high balls it outside to Borup. How about the chase down here by Okino, unable to get there. And Oregon has Hawaii doubled up here in set 2.
Willow, good game. Taylor, nice game.
So here is August Raske, part of the U.S. collegiate team that won the European Global Challenge in Croatia this summer with the serve. Here is Angel Gaskin. And that one gets returned to sender. They're going to call a lift on Hawaii's side. Oregon up 6, and they got it rolling right now, C-Mac.
Hawaii's struggling to get out of this rotation, and Raske's doing a really good job of placing her serve. Difficult to pass, another bad pass right there.
Renato over the shoulder swing, can't find that deep corner. And this is a precarious stretch for Hawaii. Trying not to let this second set get too far away from them, already down 7. Okino with a good pass that time. Outside it goes, Renato against a double block off the high hands. Ducks in transition, it's Gill off of 1 foot. Right there is Yosia, so the bump set a cue to Gaskin right into the net. And Hawaii just can't light the flame at the moment. It's a 6-0 Oregon run.
So take a couple of precise passes to get the middle involved. And a little more complex offense. 2 blockers for Oregon all the time right now.
We'll see a one-hand set to Williams, pinballed around and returned.
That was a knee dig.
Renato down the line, that's dug up by Raske. So Johnson sets up Borup. How you like that? Willow Johnson, the opposite hitter for Oregon, with a rare assist, and the Ducks continue to pile it on.
And Johnson puts up an absolute nectar set, no spin. Perfect for Borup.
Another scramble play. Hawaii way out of system right now. Here's Borup, another hammer, but a cue that time, able to dig it up. Renato, they need it off the block. Covered by Raske. Johnson on the second touch. Dug up by Yosia, and a net violation will go against Sumit Gill. And Hawaii finally gets out of that rotation. After 7 straight Oregon points, Hawaii now trailing 6, serving 14.
So the net cam showing Sumit Gill into the net there, and that ends Hawaii's drought.
And it will be Skylar Williams with the serve. Has served it pretty tough here in 2018. Gill on the slide. Body's flying on the Hawaii side. That pass tight to the net and nothing doing as it falls on the Rainbow Wahine side of the twine. Another point for Oregon, and Brooke Van Sickle will enter into the match. A 5'9" redshirt sophomore. Be it not for a knee injury that forced her to medical redshirt last year, she'd probably be, like Vanderwide, a 6 rotation type of player. Talking about Van Sickle. And there she is, showing her defensive capabilities. Here's Johnson, dug up over the net by Iosia. Raskin, this time middle, Gill off of one leg. Good up there by Okino. Gaskin, flat-footed, goes off the block. Here's Vanderwide up. And a net violation called against Hawaii. And Oregon gets to 16.
Let's see if this ball's dug or not. Let's see. It looks like it hits the foot, pops up.
The shoe dig. Got a timeout. Hawaii trailing by double figures. Welcome back. UH Athletics reaches out to you online each week with updates and promotions through its H-Mail e-newsletter. To register, visit hawaiiathletics.com and click on the H-Mail button. It's simple and it's free. Brooke Van Sickle to serve. Out of the timeout. Dad Gary played volleyball here at the University of Hawaii. Mom Lisa played volleyball at Hawaii Pacific University and professionally in Argentina. And daughter Brooke has just dealt an ace out the deck. It's been all Oregon here in this one, hitting .308. Hawaii hitting -043. The question is, C-Mac, why? Burns able to dunk that one down, and Hawaii once again gets the point.
I'll tell you why, without good passing, you can't set the middle like that. When Hawaii does get a good pass, they can set the middle right like that, and then it'll open up the outside. It's a pretty simple formula to correct this, but girls are having trouble passing the ball to the spot.
Faith Ma'afala with the serve. That pass by Nunaviller right on the money, and it is just ripped into by Lindsay Vanderwide, who after going without a kill through set 1, appears to have awakened.
Another good story on, as we see Vanderwide go down the line. What a shot. Van Sickle, 16 aces coming into last night, got her 17th ace last night, and her 18th ace just now. Leads this team. Has twice as many aces as anybody else. Had 9 aces in one match this year already. So she's quite the back row specialist.
And we are going to have a season debut here on the Hawaii side of the net as Trinity Castaneda, a 6'1" freshman from Indio, California. An outside hitter checks into the match, and so Robin Amos Santos reaching deep into the reserves. What a dig by a Q. You'll see it. Able to tightrope walk it down the top of the tape and onto the duck side. A point for Hawaii.
A dig by a Q to keep that rally alive. This is a rocket that got shot at her by Willow Johnson. And as only she can do. Yosia finds the open spot in the court. Uncanny.
Thoughts on Robin Amos Santos going to the true freshman Trinity Castaneda?
Well, there was some thought that since Trinity hasn't played this year that she would be redshirting, but now I guess Robin Amos Santos feels like, we're going to give her a shot.
Johnson thinks it over, sniffed out by Yosia. It's Granato from the back row off the fingertips of the block. So Willow Johnson again with the set. Stone in the middle, dinks it over, dug up by Burns, played off the net by Ma'afala and sent across. Here's Stone, dug up by Ma'afala. Yosia, high ball bump set, Castaneda into the twine. That was her first swing of 2018.
A little nervous.
I would say so.
A little nervous.
Has a bit of a Megan Huff look to her, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Megan, the volleyball player from Washington.
Ended up transferring out of the Hawaii program as Noreen Yosia. I tell you what,
one neat shot after another.
Those shots would have been all the rave at the King of the Beach event here today and running through the rest of the weekend over there in Waikiki.
That's right. Yeah, for a beach volleyball fan, there's some good volleyball going on down at Fort DeRusi.
Van Sickle, oh, how about the hops? A 36-inch vertical.
Just like her dad, Gary, when he was here and played volleyball. Same thing.
She represents, at least according to head coach Matt Balmer, perhaps a little bit of a card up the sleeve, right? Where maybe later on in the season, it's a secret weapon type of deal, something that the opposing team isn't quite game planning for. He throws Brooke Van Sickle through the front row as a 6th rotation player, and booyah.
Spends the first half of the year later to rehab her knee surgery. And then the last half of the year, when the playoffs come, ooh, maybe she's ready for front row duty.
There's Vanderweide. That's an ace. She was able to cross up Tita Aq, which is no easy task in the serve-receive game. There's another look at it. The thing was wobbly.
Being two-person passing there is McKenna Granato and Tita Aq they have a lot of court to cover. A lot of court to cover.
Aq overpass, Stone puts it down. This is almost one of those situations where Hawaii is probably just looking to get out of this second set, see if they can reset before the third stanza. Leva in the middle, off the block, played by Yosia Ma'afala. Goes back row to Granato, blocked, rattled around and roofed. And it is all good right now for the Oregon Ducks.
He's so big at the net, and then we got Monica Stone 6'2". We got Borup up there who's 6'4". And a small setter, 6-foot setter, August Baskin.
It was a heck of a serve. And Castaneda did not have the angle to get it over the net. And so it is a low ball for Oregon as Hawaii is just taking cracks here in the second frame. That was the opportunity for you, C-Mac, to jump in there.
Quacks.
Yeah, that's... I was trying to set you. You'll see alike. Here's Stone in the middle. The dig there by Castaneda. Back row set, Granato. Vanderweide with the dig. Outside, it's Borup. Puts it down, and that's a wrap in set number 2. Oregon pummels Hawaii 25-10. And we'll have a chance to bust out the brooms for the second straight night. It is reset time for the Rainbow Wahine. Welcome back. Time for the McDonald's match statistics. So we check in with Chris McLaughlin. What do you think, Chris?
Well, obviously Hawaii way too many hitting errors with 12, Oregon with only 4, which leads to a higher kill percentage. Oregon with a 312, Hawaii with 143. Look at the blocks though, 8 blocks to Hawaii's 1. Oregon is too big, too strong at the net. Look at Hawaii's digging. That's what kept them in the match in the first set. That 25-23 set, Oregon 40 loses 41-34 in that category, but then they follow that up with 4 service aces to Hawaii's 1. So, I think Hawaii's really going to have to clean up their game offensively. Passing's got to get better. They may want to go back to a 3-person passing pattern. 2 people to pass that whole court against Oregon's good serve is a little too much to ask, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting because Hawaii put up such a strong effort in that opening set. We saw Robin Amos Santos make some personnel changes, and then Hawaii just got in that deep hole and wasn't able to climb its way out of it. So what do you think the communication was in that very brief intermission?
My guess is it looks like they're going back to the starting lineup, the original lineup, where no tip dropped in that first set, and they're starting to play like that now. There's a tip there, Boyd picks it up, and then forces an out ball. So if they stay in the rally and force the Oregon hitters into making a mistake, they've got a chance. But it demands that they play great defense and not let any tips drop, which is exactly how they played the first set. Willow Johnson missing that one. Willow, of course, the daughter of Major League Baseball pitching great Randy Johnson. 1 serving 0 here in set number 3. There's Willow, great dig, Faith Ma'afala. So Yosia tried to set up Granato. It was too far, and she had to basically backhand it over. Now Ronica Stone sends it long. Kind of just sloppy play on both sides of the net on that point. It was sloppy, but again, though, if Hawaii could extend the rally just like they did with a great dig by Faith Ma'afala, then they're waiting for an Oregon hitting error. Now they're up 2-0.
Short serve by Ma'afala, a little too short. They're trying to get a little too cute with it that time, and a point for the Ducks. You just can't afford to make those kinds of mistakes. Whereas Oregon, they have proven that they can afford that. I guess that's the discrepancy here with a team that's ranked 12th and has the kind of physicality that the Ducks do.
Exactly. You know, you look up and down the lineup, and they're just strong in every single position. And how about their setter, August Rasky? She's second leading killer tonight. 5 kills, no errors. She's hitting .833. Go figure.
21 assists and 9 digs for her. Who knows? Maybe we'll be thinking about a triple-double call for her tonight. Here's Granato. That was a crack, but it's dug up over the net. Ma'afala backside. McKenna again off the block. Rasky there to dig it up. So Tastad goes outside. It's Vanderweide. Net violation called against Hawaii. And a point for Oregon. Tell you what, McKenna Granato has had some quality swings, and give Oregon credit because they have gotten touches at the net or they've dug it up.
Absolutely. McKenna's really taken some good swings. On most nights, the ball will be going down.
Here she is again. That one a little too tight to the net, and Granato came into the twine as she landed, and Oregon jumps in front. Such a game of momentum. Here's Burns in the middle off the block and down.
Once again, I think if Hawaii can reestablish that middle attack, I think it'll open things up on the outside or change things tremendously as far as what Oregon's going to have to block. Make Oregon go pin to pin.
So that second set certainly got away from Hawaii in a huge way. 25-10. Granato sends it down the line. A quality serve, but how about the pass by Tastad? And it winds up a one-footed put down by Ronica Stone. Even in those kinds of out-of-system scramble type of plays, Oregon finds a way to get it done.
Once again, right there, Robin Amos Santos and a lot of the fans thought there should have been a mishandled ball on Rasky.
For serving 3. Two-hand pass Granato, middle set Burns. Stone got the touch at the net. Rasky tried to catch Hawaii off guard. Bump set Granato to Castillo. Diving save by Vanderweide in the back row, and there is the mishit that Hawaii was hoping to get on the previous play. So trudging along here early in set number 3. 4 serving 4. Here's Stone on the slide off the block. You'll see it with the dig. Granato cross-court bump set to Castillo, who just sends a free ball over. Stone in the middle, block out a piece, nicely done. Backside, here's Yosia from off the net, the tip shot. Diving save there by Rasky. And then Borup is dug up by a Q. Granato from the back row, gets it in.
That pipes it out of the back rows. Gave McKenna Granato lots of trouble the other night. Tonight, she did a much better job of just taking a little bit of speed off, keeping that ball in play. Great dig by a Q to keep that rally alive. Granato, nice little cut back to the back line.
A Q with 13 digs here in this match, so continuing to just prove herself a special defensive specialist talent. Stone, oh, she rose way up there. One-handed save. Ma'afala bumps at a Q to Yosia. Cross-court hit is dug up, and then Rasky just dunks it over.
Rasky is so aggressive. She provides just a whole other dimension to this Oregon offense, and it's unlike any other offense you'll see around the country this year, unless they've got a good left-handed setter who can also attack and jump high and 6 feet tall.
There's no practicing that. There's no training for that. That's just Rasky making a play, improvisational style. There's Sarah Leva.
Robin Amos Santos was saying the other day in practice, she's saying, well, how do we recreate Willow Johnson? We don't have any left-handers that are 6'3", 6'4". This Oregon team's got 2 of them, Setter and Willow Johnson.
Here's Noreen Yosia with the serve. It's a long out serve. Tied up at 6. Speaking of Willow Johnson, she's back into the front row. Lauren Page also into the match for Oregon. Did not get the start tonight. Taylor Borup did. Renato with the pass. Slide goes to Leva. She kind of got up late on the approach and still made it work.
Leva continuing to provide some offense for this Rainbow Wahine team. Nice little, just. It's like hitting, it's like shooting a layup. A step-out move is like shooting a layup. And I'll tell you something, Sarah Leva knows how to play some hoops.
Rico Aquino now to serve. Hawaii up 1. They need to win this third set to extend the match. Johnson, diving save Aquino. That was pretty. Here's Granato, off speeder. Borup with the save. Back row set. Vanderweide sniffed out by Aquino. Here's Gaskin from the opposite position. Deep corner and in. Kill number 5 for Angel Gaskin.
Hawaii's starting to rediscover some of their defense and offense from the first set. It was 25-23. They went toe-to-toe, point for point with the Oregon Ducks.
Gaskin now hitting 250 with a handful of put-downs. Hawaii by 2. Here's Gill on the slide, off the block and out. But Hawaii getting touches a little bit more feverishly here in set 3. And as you mentioned, the defense a lot more similar to what we saw in set number 1.
Exactly. Here comes Oregon's best server, ace-wise.
Brookman Sickle. Aquino puts it on the money. Gaskin backside. Oh, that was a hammer. Angel getting her wings.
Wow, where did that come from? Angel getting her wings? I like that, Kanoa. And this ball does have wings, and it flies out of bounds. What a shot. Hardest hit I've seen Gaskin hit all year.
Taking some quality lashes. Speaking of quality lashes, there was one courtesy Willow Johnson. So trading blows here so far, these two teams in set number 3. You'll see it outside to Granato. Tried to find that deep corner. Punched in the air by Rasky. Van Sickle from the back row. Put some smoke on it. Great dig, you'll see it. Granato on the high ball. Cross court and out. And Oregon tied up again with this Rainbow Wahine squad. Hawaii losing the first 25-23. One of those sets that absolutely could have gone either way. They had 24 digs in that opening set. Set 2, though, a whole other story. 25-10. The Ducks taking that one home. Pancake save, Yosia. Burns able to bump it over. Good awareness on her part. Johnson off the fingertips of the block on one knee. The dig by Aq. Here's Gaskin off the block. Burns right there. Gaskin a second time. The dink. Nunaville able to dive and sniff it out. Willow Johnson then puts an end to that sequence.
Once again, Hawaii had their chances, Kanoa. With digs like that, maybe a little questionable there, but they're keeping rallies alive, extended, and then hoping maybe they'll get a big kill, or maybe Oregon will make a mistake. But Willow Johnson, what a dominant shot that last one was.
Both teams hitting 200 here in set number 3. Granato trying to touch it through that block. And a free ball is the result for Hawaii. You'll see a middle to Burns. Right there is Nunaville. Free ball again for Hawaii. They got to cash this in. You'll see a backside. Here's Gaskin. Pumps it long. No touch up front. And it's a point for the Ducks. 4 straight points for Oregon.
It's really important for Hawaii to get a side out or call a timeout. I'm not sure which one, but they've got to stop the bleeding early. Like that. Well, there you go. That's one way to get the side out.
Great stop defense that time by Hawaii. It's that Oregon ability to score in bundles that has really been the bane of Hawaii's existence here this week. Rasky sets up Vanderweide. Easy pickings there on the save by Aq. Burns sort of wipes at it, finds the floor.
Paintbrush, backward, backspin shot. Most people like to get top spin, not Natasha. She's got the backspin going on.
So we're tied again at 11. It'll take a few moments to wipe some perspiration off of the floor. Final non-conference match for both teams as Oregon will get to work in the Pac-12. They will host Oregon State on September 20th, and then on September 23rd, play host to Washington State. For Hawaii, it's into the Big West they go, and they're going to hit the road, heading to the continent to play at UC Davis on the 21st, and then on Sunday the 23rd at UC Irvine. So both programs scheduled to get down to Conference Biz next week. And what's the call here? It's going to be a lift call against Rasky, point for Hawaii, and they go up 1. Officiating crew, by the way, Dan Hironaka atop the ladder, Dixon Chun down on the floor, Wes Kawachi and Ryan Scudder, the two line judges.
Yeah, I thought that last call was a good one. I think that Rasky just ball kind of stuck in her palm a little bit as she one-handed that set.
The long exhale from Faith Ma'afala. Pass handled by Van Sickle, slide to Stone. Hawaii got the block up. Rasky goes the other way now. Vanderweide blocked and roofed. Natasha Burns saying ole. And Hawaii has scored 4 in a row.
Good set by Rasky. Just a better block. A rare block on Vanderweide.
Here's Stone off of one leg with no blocker to be found. She's going to win most of those matchups, 1-on-0.
Natasha Burns absolutely has to follow her around wherever she goes. She just got lost there, stayed in front of the center rather than just follow Veronica Stone. Because Veronica Stone, remember, she gets the second most number of attempts on this team. Not the outside hitters, but a middle blocker.
Here's Yosia on the outside pin, just dinks it over. Stone tried to shove it down. Right there is Ma'afala. So Okino, high ball bump set. Yosia! Oh, yes! Went line and gets Hawaii the point.
Remember, we asked Yosia last week when she's been hitting so much. She was hitting like 380, her first 4 matches. And we asked her, how long has it been since you've been a hitter? She says, I can't remember, maybe 14 club.
Oh, and then Burns was ready that time for some of the Rasky sleight of hand. Hawaii with the point. Hawaii with the 3-point advantage. First to 15. Welcome back to tonight's Jack Fact. Entering the gauntlet, mentioned the Oregon Ducks as well as Hawaii heading into conference play next week. For the Ducks, though, they head into the Pac-12, which boasts 7 teams currently ranked in the AVCA top 25. Hawaii going into the Big West Conference, which has 1 team nationally ranked, and that's Cal Poly, ranked 14th here this week. Stone off the slide, dug up by Granato. One hand set to Burns. Rasky got a piece at the net. Chance now for Hawaii. Ma'afala outside. Castillo against a double block. Slices the hard angle. And Hawaii up 4 here on the Ducks.
What a difference a set makes after getting smoked in the second set. Castillo comes back. It's a great set from Ma'afala. Delivers cross court. What a shot.
You would hope that they avoid the 15-point set defeat. That said, you have to appreciate the fact that this team did not just decide to pack it in the rest of the way. They're putting up a fight here in set number 3. A must-win set, mind you. Outside, that's Vanderweide, dug up by a Q. Beautiful, Granato from the back row. Sends it long.
Oh, she had an open net, an open court. Just could not deliver. If she took a little bit off that one or top spinned it more, could have brought it in on that back line.
So the very dangerous server, Lindsay Vanderweide, tries to attack Granato. She gets it backside. It's Yosia against the double block. Tools it. And Hawaii up 4 again.
She is so good at that, isn't she?
Yeah, she has turned that into a craft. Hawaii in a similar position to what we saw in set 2 last night. Remember, it was around this range that they were up 19-12. They were also up 22-16. Couldn't close it out. Do they have what it takes here tonight? Backside, Yosia against a solo block. Gets turned back. It was Taylor Borup shutting the door.
The tallest duck shuts the door that time on Yosia. Can't tool her. She had Yosia in the closet.
14 serving 17. Maafala goes backside. It's Noreen Yosia again. Diving save by Ronica Stone. Vanderweider from the back row. Yosia sets it over. Oregon on the attack. They go middle set to Gill. Knuckled up there by Castillo. Two-handed over by Granato. Advantage Ducks. Rasky misses the floor wide. Was there a touch? No touch. And a point for Hawaii, a rare hitting error for August Rasky.
Hawaii dodges a bullet and expands the lead. Rasky now with, it's only her second error of the night. She's hitting over 500.
Yosia, great serve. Rasky outside, Borup dug up over the net by a cue. That's dig number 19. Gill off of one leg. And she put extra heat on that one.
Stepping it up tonight, getting a few more sets tonight, getting in more of a rhythm. She's got 4 kills now.
Entered the week first among Pac-12 players in hitting percentage. She's hitting .415 coming into tonight. Gaskin. Oh boy. Sprinkling some chili pepper water on that one.
Angel Gaskin coming up with a new arm. Bringing some major heat. Nice timing. Good set there from Yosia.
19 serving 15. Here's Okino. Good serve there. Outside. Borup had to adjust the approach. Middle, it's Gill. And again, just quick to the ball. And those quick springs off of the floor as well.
It's one of the reasons why she's got such a high kill percentage. She finds a way, if the ball is not set to her wheelhouse, she'll find a way to tip it, slap it around, keep it in play. No errors for her.
The most dangerous server for Oregon, Brooke Van Sickle. Okino handles it well. You'll see a backside. It's Gaskin against the double block. And she lays the smackdown.
Gaskin, nice comeback from last night when she hit negative. More errors than she had kills tonight. She's bringing the heat. Angel Gaskin, 8 kills, hitting almost 300.
Leva into the twine. Another ill-timed out serve. So Hawaii was trying to build up on some of this momentum, but they lead by 3. They are first to that final pole represented by the 20-point plateau. Nunaviller serving for Oregon. Okino puts it on the money. You'll see a middle to Burns, misses the floor wide. Point for Oregon. And here they come, creeping back like they did in set 2 last night.
Will not let Oregon pass or even tie. If Hawaii doesn't side out here, I think Robin Amos Santos should use one of her 2 timeouts.
Gaskin from off the net. That was a heck of a swing there by Angel Gaskin, who in this set 3 has been Hawaii's go-to attacker.
That was like her, like a 3-meter set right there. Maybe she ought to start hitting the D-ball out of the back row.
A smile from Gaskin, well-deserved.
It really was.
21 serving 18. And Sickle with the pass. It's Johnson trying to push it down the line. Centered by a cue and sent over. Free chance here for the Ducks. They go Johnson on the delayed middle set. And she pounds it home.
A little crossing pattern there with Johnson coming over in front of the center. It's like an X play. Johnson coming in front and Veronica Stone going behind.
Johnson matching her kill output from last night. That's her 7th put down. Tastad with the serve. Okino, good pass, middle set, Burns! What a return by the Oregon Ducks. Hawaii back at it. This time it's Granato from the opposite position. right between the uprights.
That was a big point, because I'll tell you, Hawaii thought that ball was down, and Oregon playing some terrific defense. That's the end of the play right there, but give Oregon some credit for playing Hawaii like volleyball.
22 serving 19. Granato with the jump floater. Here's Stone off of one leg. Does it again.
Oh, she's so difficult to stop, so physical, gets so high. High contact point, moves along the net in different areas, runs the tight slide, runs the wide slide.
Matt Ulmer believes that she can and probably should be considered one of the best players in the country.
Yeah, no doubt.
Malfala, one hand set to Burns, swipes at it and misses it, and Oregon within a point.
I'd call a timeout right here if I were Ramon Santos.
She heard you. She signals for a timeout. Hawaii stuck on 22 again. Here's a look at Kyra Hanavahine, 5'2" sophomore out of Kamehameha Kapalama. Brother Khaled played baseball at the University of Hawaii. She is still going through the concussion protocol and so is not active for this weekend's action against Hawaii, but a homecoming for her, family and friends in the house. A lot of Hawaii connections here for this Oregon team. As Hawaii out of the timeout gets back to it, Noreen, you'll see a tool in the block. What else?
So the two other connections for Oregon, Carson Bacon's mom lives over here. She has lots of family. Carson hasn't played yet, but she's one of the girls they want to redshirt. She's going to be phenomenal first-team high school All-American. And the other one, obviously, is Van Sickle, whose dad, Gary, played volleyball at UH, and mom, Lisa, played volleyball at HPU. So Oregon has a pretty good, cheering section over there. That's as big as any cheering section this year for visiting teams.
They're wearing green also.
There you go.
Hawaii up 2, trying to extend the match. Stone gets stonewalled. Castillo and Leva denying access. And a timeout taken by Matt Ulmer and the Oregon Ducks. Hawaii a point away from extending this match, and what a breakthrough that would represent if Hawaii can pull a set out.
You also, Casey Castillo just kept shuffling to the outside, so she almost got to the antenna, then went straight up and finally got two hands on a Veronica Stone attack. Boy, Stone is just so difficult to block, and no wonder there was a huge celebration after that play. It's like you're blocking an All-American.
All right, let's send it over to Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kono. Well, here on the Oregon sideline, Coach Ulmer talking to his team, saying if it's a good pass, they want to get Stone the ball. He's also saying this is Hawaii volleyball. Typical defense, nothing's hitting the floor. Stay patient and keep swinging away. On the Hawaii sideline, all of the coaches, from the assistants to the volunteers to Robin Amos Santos, actively involved, giving instructions to their team. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, the go-to hitter for Hawaii in this third set, Angel Gaskin, 9 kills, hitting .316, and just continuing to overflow with confidence as the season goes on.
Well, she's got 5 of her kills here in this third set. It just seems to be getting better and better each set.
More and more comfortable. The senior from Tampa, Florida, senior transfer from Maryland. But she is on the sideline at the moment, and she is watching her teammates as they are at Aloha Bowl against Oregon in set 3.
Said a game on the other night, she's really looking forward to transferring to Hawaii because of the coaching and the atmosphere and the environment. Says it's everything she wanted and more.
So here it is, Hawaii trying to extend the match. Outside it goes to Borup, dug up by Castillo over the net and out. So a point for Oregon.
Inside out here.
Cue the crowd.
You'll see on the right, Leave on the middle, Castillo on the left.
Served by Stone. Ma'afala. High ball outside. Castillo off the fingertips of the block. Diving save Stone. Outside. Borup dug up by a cue. Ma'afala to Castillo. Off the block and out. And Hawaii breaks through. And they get one off of the Oregon Ducks. 25-22. And they will play on here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii still trailing 2-1. Well, we mentioned Angel Gaskin, 9 kills. That's tied for tops for Hawaii tonight with Noreen Yosia, who is 1 kill away from her second career triple-double.
She's got 11 assists, and she just needs another. She's got 11 digs, and 1 kill away, as you said. But she's doing so much for Hawaii right now. She's getting great digs. She's setting the ball well and attacking at the net. Phenomenal, especially all the beat shots she's pulling out. Amazing. And you gotta love the rebirth of the Phoenix Rising of Angel Gaskin. Her left arm right now is alive.
Second set appearing to be such an anomaly based on what we saw in sets 1 and 3.
But what's keeping Hawaii really in this match right now? 64 digs to Oregon's 53. And how about Tita Kiu with 20 of the 64 digs? That's those are all American numbers. You get 20 in 3 sets. That's over 6 a set. That's amazing.
How about 20 digs in now 4 of her last 5 matches?
Yeah, she's just playing some amazing volleyball, and she's having fun. She's trying to pack 4 years into 1.
Well, Hawaii extended it to a 4th. Can they push it to a 5th? Yosia trying to get a touch, but she misses the block, and it's a point for Oregon.
It was actually the right shot. She picked the right shot there, just hit it a little bit too high, but the high hands were definitely the shot.
Brooke Nunaviller again to serve.
Hawaii really needs a good pass to run their offense, run the middle.
Yosia blocked. It's returned. Free chance here for the Ducks, though. Rasky, middle, Stone, the dink. Burns punches it up. Yosia got smothered by that block. There was nothing doing. I mean, that block would eclipse the sun with Willow Johnson next to Ronica Stone.
6'3", 6'2", reaching over, nowhere to go, nowhere to breathe.
And it is 2 serving 0. It'll take a few more moments to wipe some sweat off the floor.
Yeah, the Oregon block right now, 10 blocks to Hawaii's 3.
Tighten it up. Side of the block, August. Side of the block.
And that's an ace. Nunaviller. That one fell off of a table as it crossed the plane of the net. Robin Amos Santos having a conversation with Dixon Chun. What do you think that could possibly be about?
Go, Willow.
Not sure. Sometimes the coaches will say, watch them for screening. If the other team's blockers are screening.
McHugh with the pass, tight to the net. One hand set to Burns, courtesy Ma'afala.
All it takes is a good pass here or there to allow Yosia or Ma'afala the ability to run the middle attack and open up the offense. Makes all the difference in the world.
Tita Q, by the way, herself is worth the price of admission. Just
really
seeing the way she patrols the back line, sideline to sideline, she has it all covered. It is remarkable.
Well, the other thing she's doing is that people don't appreciate is how much passing room she's taking. She's passing about 70% of the court right now.
Stone high off of one leg, but Natasha Burns saying, oh, no, you don't. Solo style.
Burns did a nice job of following her that time. Last time she got lost and didn't chase her down. Now she's like glue on her.
This was one of the reasons Matt Ulmer said his goal this season was to play a match at Nebraska, play a match at Hawaii. Nebraska in front of that fantastic sellout crowd. He said he wanted to put his team into that sort of level of discomfort, that kind of hostile atmosphere. He said the other was here at the Stan Sheriff Center because of the knowledge of these fans, and certainly because of the defensive capabilities of this Hawaii team, and they transition it into another Burns put down. Exactly.
Matt Ulmer said, we're going to get to play 2 of the best venues in America. I want my team to experience that. He also did it for Hana Wahine, too. Unfortunately, you know, as we said earlier, she can't play because of concussion protocol, but she is one of the reasons why he's scheduled in this match.
Kenna Granato into the net. Kyra Hanavahine. Her dad, George, by the way, I mean, living on Maui, you start hearing some of the sports discussions of some of the greats on the athletic field or court, and her dad, George, considered one of the really, really great all-around athletes on the island of Maui. So, yeah, she comes from good stock, and there she is, unfortunately, a spectator here this week. But they do expect her back relatively soon.
And her mom, Linnell, an amazing travel agent. Yeah. One of the best ever.
That's right. That comes in handy, I imagine. All right, so Hawaii is challenging.
There's photobombing going on right now. Okay,
that's right.
Can you catch it? A lot of photobombing. They know that Linnell's on the camera, so they're jumping in.
Some of the, at least to this point, redshirt freshmen who are lining the sideline with Kyra. All right, so there is a challenge by Hawaii that Oregon touched the net
before
the net violation by Yosia.
Yeah.
And that was a quick one. Rabanamo Santos was taking a stab here. Bit of a shot in the dark there, but hey, why not? You're down 2-1.
Exactly.
5 serving 3. And a Q able to dodge that one, olay that one by for the out serve.
Some people don't give credit enough to the great passers who know when balls are in or out. So when she olayed that one, it really makes it basically give the point to Akiu for being smart enough to get out of the way.
Akiu into the twine.
And then she gives it right back.
Oregon substitution number 17, Taylor Bond for number 3,
So 6 serving 4. That one tickles the tape. Castillo on one knee with the pass. Leva in the middle. That was a perfect set. Right in the wheelhouse of Sarah Leva.
On a perfect pass from Castillo. They're trying to pick on Castillo in the front row. She just dimed it and leave a nice little cutback shot by Sarah.
5 serving 6. Yosia. Good pass. Outside it goes to Bora. Misses the floor wide. No touch. And Hawaii draws even again.
And a rare error from Bora. In fact, first error of the night for Bora. 7 kills, no errors up until that point. Hitting .350. Now its percentage is going to drop a little bit.
6 serving 6. Yosia. That was a heck of a serve. From the back row, Vanderweide dug up by Granato. Advantage Hawaii. Yosia outside. Castillo. Fingertips of the block got a piece. Rasky bump set to Bora. Off the block and out. We're seeing some really competitive volleyball on the Stan Sheriff Center floor tonight.
Some great digging going on. Good blocking at the net. Some good attacks from the back row as well as the front row. Perfect tune-up, as you said, for both these teams in conference play coming up next week.
Leva on the slide. And she goes. Thought she went off the block and out. They're going to say that her hit went out, that it touched the pin. Appears to be the call. That would be the only possible call. The line judge signaling out. It clearly hit the block. I think they're saying it may have hit the pin first.
Dan Hironaka, I think, is saying that the ball did not clear the net.
But that was not the call made by Dan Hironaka.
Oh, yeah, it definitely hit the block.
The call from the line judge was not an in call off of the block. It was an out call on the hit.
I don't know if she's any challenges left.
I believe she does. And she will. So let's see what the challenge is here. Is it off the block and in? Is that the call from Dan Hironaka? That's really the only question.
Well, it goes out.
It clearly goes out.
Yeah.
It wasn't a call that it touched Sarah Leva. The initial call appeared to be that it was an out ball, but that cannot be the case.
I think Dan Hironaka, he held his hand down in a downward motion, meaning the ball did not clear the net. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to.
He claimed that just hit cable.
But that
Referee.
replay shows that it most definitely hit the arms of the block.
Very clearly shows that. There it is right there.
Yeah.
And normally if you hit the cable like that, it will not go off in a right angle like that. It takes a pair of arms to make the ball go out like that.
Right there. I mean, you can see the arm move back after the contact. I mean, the only other possibility is that it hits Leva before it bounces off the floor, but that doesn't appear to be the case either.
No. I'm surprised that Dixon Chun hasn't decided this sooner, because it's really obvious right there. It hits her left-hand, her arm actually goes back, as you said, Kanoa.
All right, well, here's the call coming from Dixon Chun. And it's a point for Hawaii. Give the kill to Sarah Leva.
Out of Los Angeles, celebrating her birthday early. Big smile. She won a challenge. And it's 7-all on the fourth.
7.
So a successful challenge there by Rabanamo Santos. Enrico Okino will serve. Rasky. Well, tight pass to the net. And when she's a front row player, that's what she can do. She just dunks it down.
And again, hard for Hawaii to practice against that. They don't have a left-handed six-footer like that to really simulate.
Overpass Hawaii. Okino atones for it with the dig. And Yosia tried to catch him off guard. Here's Bora off the high hands. Yosia fields it. So Okino. Back bump set is not in a spot where Granato could take an attack on it, and it's a point for Oregon. So 9 serving 7. Noreen Yosia 1 kill away from a triple-double. August Rasky 3 kills away from a triple-double. Here's Gaskin off the block. Oregon goes backside. Johnson. Great dig there by Yosia. Okino has to put it on the money. Granato goes high hands and down.
That time Okino did a much better bump set. Granato goes high hands. Smart play. Only way she could go, really.
By the way, if you're keeping count, Hawaii still does have 1 challenge in its pocket. If this match is to go to a 5th set, they'll get an extra one. Both sides will. Here's Johnson in the middle. Blocked out of touch, and you'll see it trying to wave at it. Unable to conjure up a save.
I don't think Yosia knew that Okino was right behind her.
Here is Brooke Van Sickle.
She of the 36-inch jump variety. What an athlete.
10 serving 8. Okino sticks the pass. Backside, Gaskin. Oh boy, bounces it off of the floor.
Where did that ball go? Outside the block? It does. Blocked didn't get out there on time. They're figuring she's a cross-court hitter only. She goes down the line and makes them wrong.
Yosia is putting that back set on the money. And here's Ma'afala now serving. Oregon a bit out of system. Vanderwide, a blocked and roof. Yosia and Burns.
Vanderwide did the smart thing going at Hawaii's setter. Yosia, Hawaii's smallest blocker right now. At that time, Yosia more than held her own, wouldn't you say?
So we are tied again. And Ma'afala getting denied by the twine. If you're counting Hawaii. Now with 11 service errors to 1 service ace on the night. Burns has to field the serve. You'll see the deep dink sniffed out by Van Sickle. Here's Johnson down the line and in. And that was too much to handle. Yosia providing a solo block attempt and Okino down the line.
If I were Rabanamo Santos, I would not let Oregon get more than 3 up I wouldn't wait for the media timeout at 15.
Granato on the backside, blocked. Good cover there by Yosia. Granato will get another stab at it. Roll shot, sniffed out by Nunaviller. Backside, it's Johnson. Did that hit the block? That's a Hawaii point. That one goes off the tape. So a similar scenario, but I think that one a little more obvious that it was the net that the ball made contact with.
Exactly. Pretty obvious here. Yeah, there's ball. It hits all cable.
So Hawaii within one. Granato with the float serve. Van Sickle, it's an overpass. Yosia! How about another triple-double?
Oh, the setters love to get those overpasses. Yosia goes up and cuts it away from the almost blocker. Gasky.
Today was another good day for Yosia. Messed around and got a triple-double. One hand save there by Q. Castillo from off the net. Vanderweide denied by the net.
How about Tita Q? Unbelievable.
And a timeout taken by the Ducks. Hawaii leaps in front. Welcome back. Natasha Burns once again putting in work. 6 kills, 5 blocks for the junior from Canada.
And she's got 5 digs as well. Kind of an all-around game for her. Really becoming a force up front when Hawaii gets a good pass. Why not set her? She's 6'5", and that's only 7'4". She doesn't have to jump.
So out of the timeout, Granato with the serve. Two-handed by Van Sickle. Slide goes to Stone. And it's a solo stuff right on cue. Natasha Burns.
Were we just talking about her after blocking? She's following Stone much better. Remember, she got earlier, she got lost. I think in the third set, she got lost, and Stone just made her pay.
They go outside this time. Vanderweide. Oh, Q couldn't quite get under it. That's a Q, by the way, with 21 digs.
Yeah, major mismatch with Vanderweide going at 6'3", going up against the 5'10". Yosia all by herself. That time, there's no way that Natasha Burns could get Stone and Vanderweide. They were split 2 different parts of the court.
Malafala, backside, Yosia thinks it over. Van Sickle able to return it. Great play by the Oregon Ducks defense. Here's Burns in the middle. Stone, solo block, diving save Nunaviller. Vanderweide goes high, hands and down. You gotta credit Oregon for not allowing any of those balls to touch the Terraflex.
I think it's becoming contagious. I think that's why Matt Olmer's so happy to be playing a team like Hawaii, where defense is their strength. Oregon's starting to play defense just like Hawaii does, not letting balls hit the floor.
The margin of error so different for Oregon compared to Hawaii. Oregon, with that kill, now flatlining it here in this set, and yet we are tied on the scoreboard. Hawaii not exactly setting the world on fire either at $150, but still it just goes to show the discrepancy there. For Hawaii, the margin of error is so much smaller than it is for the 12th ranked Ducks.
Exactly, it's a game of inches.
14-0. A Q with the pass. Ma'afala outside. Castillo dug up by Nunaviller. Here's Vanderweide. Took a little something off that time, and she's now starting to find her groove. That's kill number 7 for her.
A slow start after a marvelous night last night. She, as you say, she's finding her groove, getting her tempo, finding the open spots in the court.
Two-hand pass, Granato. Backside, it's Yosia. The block hadn't quite formed. Great up by Van Sickle. Vanderweide. Right there is Granato. Ma'afala, high ball to Castillo. Tried to knuckle it past the block. Nothing doing. Back row set. Granato, her dink. Easy pickings for Vanderweide. Stone in the middle. And Hawaii just unable to put enough pressure on Hawaii in the on Oregon, I should say, in the transition game.
Exactly. And Oregon will come back. They'll just keep banging away. Stone that time choosing to go in front of the setter instead of behind, and it was successful.
Good little service run here for Tastad. Burns, a behind-the-head set by Faith Ma'afala. Faith keeping the faith in Natasha Burns.
Yeah, this has been a 50-50 proposition with Burns and Ma'afala on the back one set. That time it worked.
back row set. Van Sickle, oh, she got way up into the stratosphere. Her athletic ability, and this coming off of a knee injury that forced her to receive a medical red shirt last season.
Just a sophomore. Had 9 aces earlier this year against Portland State.
McHugh couldn't quite handle that pass, so Granato from the back row handles that set.
I guess Granato's going, hey, Brooke, if you can do it, I can do it too.
Hawaii within a point.
Nice crowd out tonight for the alumni game and for the Friday night affair. Thursday night, last night, unfortunately, we had the hurricane, all that stuff going on. People, I don't think, once they got home, they didn't want to come back to watch. But tonight, they are being treated to quite a match, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the alumni match always such a great time, too. Great pass. Stone on the slide. Block out a good chunk. So it's a cue. Sets up Gaskin down the line. Heavy-handed, but Nunaviller with the up. Vanderweide punches it over. Chance for Hawaii. It's Gaskin again. Blocked and roofed.
Great move by Veronica Stone that time to get to the outside. She really hustled to get there. I thought she was going to be juked. No, she closes the block. Borup right there as well.
Yeah, Borup may have gotten the biggest chunk, yeah. 18 serving 16. McHugh has to highball the bump set to Castillo. Cross court and in. That was an incredible shot. A sniper shot there from Casey Castillo.
She was facing 2 blockers, 4 hands across. No, not much place to go, but she finds a sharp cross court.
Rika Okino serving 17-18 here in the 4th. The slide to Gill, blocked back by Granato. Outside now, it's Borup over the block and down. That's kill number 9 for Taylor Borup.
Someone who played 0 minutes the other night. She's sure looking good tonight.
Fresh legs, I guess.
And fresh arm.
Rasky with the serve. Hawaii trailing by 2. They try to attack Okino. You'll see it goes backside. Gaskin. Oh my word! Right by the block.
What a set from Maureen Yosia. Right on the money, right where Gaskin likes it. These two finally getting used to each other.
So Angel Gaskin now with a new Rainbow Wahine career-high 11 kills as Johnson goes off the triple block. Hawaii on the attack. Gaskin blocked and roofed. Borup was weighted that time.
Borup at 6'4". Very, very ominous at the net.
Can't really argue with the decision. Keep feeding Angel Gaskin,
Absolutely.
though.
Absolutely. No, I thought it was a great decision.
And a good rip.
Just that Borup was a better blocker then.
For sure. Oregon by 2. And that one sails long from Brooke Van Sickle. Hawaii within a point. They have not quite been able to draw even here the last few stretches. It will be Faith Ma'afala. Things tend to slow down a good deal when she gets ready to serve. The long breath, quiet atmosphere, serves it in. Rasky, backside. Johnson took a little something off. Chance for Hawaii. Here's Granato against a double block. Plays it off of the ricochet. Burns in the middle.
That was so awkward. The approach by Burns was like out of nowhere. It was very awkward set. She takes 1 step and that's all, but at 6'5", I guess that's all you need is 1 step.
Burns always seems to have that reaction of, did I do that?
Yeah.
Rasky backside, Gill off 1 leg, dug up by Okino. Ma'afala middle to Burns. Good up there by Van Sickle. She'll get a swing from the back row. Right there is Ma'afala. Okino has to highball it to Granato off the block. Van Sickle there has it covered. Outside it goes. Vanderweide misses the floor wide. Point for Hawaii and they take the lead. Timeout Oregon. Hawaii trying to force a 5th. Up 21-20. Welcome back. Oregon signaling for that last timeout. Hawaii still with 2 timeouts on its side and up 1, trailing 2 sets to 1. 21 serving 20. Ma'afala out of the break. Gets it in. Rasky sets up Johnson in the middle. Burns got a touch at the net. Ma'afala goes backside. Yosia through the block and down.
Hawaii's getting great touches on the block and then perfect passes in transition going from defense to offense and then terminating like Yosia just wiggling her way through the block, a hole in the block.
22 serving 20. Ma'afala got to get it in. She does. Great pass by Nunaviller. Here's Johnson into the antenna. The set too far. And it's a point for Hawaii. They have scored the last 5.
And Matt Ulmer scratching his head, as he should be, because his team is not playing like the 12th ranked team in the country right now.
Yeah, Oregon looking a little rattled here.
A few uncharacteristic mistakes.
Middle, that's Gill. Bounces it off of the floor. And a much needed point for the Ducks. It's 21 serving 23.
Gill's 6th kill. Get that? Gill's 6th kill.
Yeah, it rhymed and everything.
Yeah.
Follow. Bump set, Granato off the block, played by Johnson. Middle set, Stone, the dink, one-hand save, Ma'afala, Yosia, jump sets it to Granato. What a play!
Oh, you gotta love this play where Yosia goes up as if she's going to hit it on 2, takes 2 blockers with her, and Granato does the rest. How about that?
That was sensational. That one will be looked upon throughout the highlight reel of Noreen Yosia's.
Exactly. Taking 2 blockers with her.
Aloha ball here in the 4th. Can Hawaii force a 5th? Stone off one leg, dug up by Granato. Ma'afala, middle to Burns off the block. Rasky picks and chooses, goes high and away, and that one is hammered down by Van der Weide. Point for the Ducks, 22 serving 24, but it remains Aloha ball for Hawaii. But this rotation has sometimes been sticky for the Rainbow Wahine with Cameron Tastad behind the service line, and so Robin Amo Santos signals a timeout.
Yeah, I think it's a good timeout by Robin. You know, she's got a 2-point lead. She got 2 timeouts. Might as well use one now and make sure that everybody knows who's playing which position. It's a chance for the coaches to go over the rotation of the other team. Chance for the coaches to talk to the setters and say, okay, here's choice 1, choice 2, choice 3 on a good pass, and here's choice 1, choice 2, choice 3 on a bad pass, and just sort of get things cleared up so they don't play the last 3 points confused at all. Remember, they want to close tonight, which is something they did not do last night when they were up 22-16. And I think they learned how to close actually in the 3rd set. They did a pretty nice job of that. But let's see if they can do it 2 sets in a row and take this thing to 5.
This is a Hawaii team that lost by 15 points in set 2, 25-10, a competitive opening frame. Obviously in the 3rd, able to respond out of that short intermission, 25-22, and here they are on the brink of pushing the 12th ranked Oregon Ducks to a 5th set. Just remarkable. We called that play by Noreen Yosia on the jump set to McKenna Granato sensational. That also represented Granato's 10th kill of the night.
Granato goes back to her double figures. She's had a pretty good night. Not a great move by Granato standard. She's got 10 kills, but she's got 7 airs to go along with that. She's had 43 swings. That's a lot of swings.
Can they finish the deal here in the 4th? Tastad the serve. Pass by a Q. Chase down Ma'afala. High ball. Castillo against a double block. And she is roofed. Veronica Stone right next to Rasky. And Oregon within a point here in the 4th.
Boy, needs a good pass here so they can either run the middle or at least take out the middle blockers and go wide to the pins.
A Q gets it on the money. Burns finishes the deal. And we will play a 5th set. Well, who'd have thunk it, especially in that second set when Hawaii fell 25-10. It looked as though the wheels had come off. People were starting to make late evening dinner plans. And all of a sudden, Hawaii has turned it around. Down 0-2, we are now headed to a fifth set. This will be the second fifth set match for Hawaii this season. Remember, they lost in 5 to Portland. That was just last week at the Outrigger Volleyball Challenge. For Oregon, you know, Matt Omer's made it a theme about trying to get his team out of their comfort zone. This will be their first fifth set of the season.
I think he's got to be liking that. You know, he's wanting to prepare his team for, I think, what's going to be a lot of 5-setters in the Pac-12. This is perfect for them to out of their comfort zone, play in a big arena, a semi-hostile crowd, and his team will grow from this no matter what the answer, or what the outcome is.
You got to love Matt Omer, too. He gave us a peek here in the last few moments, gave us a head nod, basically agreeing. What a match, what an atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's fitting that we're playing a fifth set at the very least.
There's some great volleyball going on, to say the least.
So here we go.
Yeah, and Oregon struggling, you know, offensively and in transition. Kind of surprised me there at the end of that fourth set. We'll see if they change that around here in set number 5.
All right, so everything we've seen through 4 sets, that's out the window. All of the statistics, you can just throw them by the wayside. What's the key here? Hawaii, obviously a good start is imperative.
One of the keys is to get off to an early start. If you don't get off to an early start, call a quick timeout. I like using one of those timeouts early if you don't get off to a good start. And I think that Hawaii's got to pay attention to where Raski is, because she's been so devastating in the front row. Right now she's back left.
Ma'afala gets the serve in. Raski goes high ball outside Vanderweide. And there was a touch at the net. It went long, but it's a point for Oregon. Well, the last 2 sets, we have seen the Vanderweide of 24 hours ago, when she had a season-high 15 kills and hit 375. Q plays the serve. Backside, it's Granato. Double block was a little late. Unable to take advantage. Stone off one leg, off the block. Good chase down a Q. Burns in the middle, goes over the net, diving save. Stone. Vanderweide picked up by Ma'afala. So a Q sets up Granato, blocked and roofed. Stone and Vanderweide, and this is not the fast start that Rabanamo Santos was hoping for as Hawaii gets off down 0-2.
Granato hits right into that big block. 6'3", 6'2", 4 hands across, nowhere to go except high hands.
Tastad into the net. So Hawaii gets off the schneid thanks to a freebie from the Ducks.
Ducks have only served 6 balls out tonight. Hawaii's had 10 service errors.
Granato, jump floater, handled by Nunaviller. Here's Vanderweide. Dug up by Granato. A Q sets up Granato from the back row.
Just like that, Hawaii's back in it, playing Hawaii defense. Yet another dig, that time by Granato.
Kill number 12 for Granato. She leads everybody on the floor at the moment. Here's Stone off of one leg. Pinballed around. Hawaii returns it. Raski, they had to watch out for it. Granato gets it across again. Raski outside, Vanderweide straight down to the floor with definitive.
How about Hawaii's digs? 79 digs now. Oregon just keeps bringing more heat and more heat.
9 kills, 10 digs for Vanderweide. Outside set to Castillo, off the fingertips of the block and down. It worked. And we're tied at 3. Creeping along here in this decisive 5th set.
It's like, you know, Kanawha, regardless of what happens here in the 5th set, this bodes well for Hawaii's confidence going through the league. I think that with the league coming up, you know they pretty much have to win the league in order to get an NCAA bid, but certainly a win over a national team like this would help a lot.
Vanderweider from the back row. Good dig there, Granato. Maafala sets up Leva. The dink sniffed out by Bora. Vanderweider from the back row again. And they are feeding Lindsay Vanderweider at the moment.
Why not? She's yet to make an error in the last half hour. Everything she hits, she seems to go down. She's hitting with authority, with consistency.
Three-time All Pac-12 selection, was an honorable mention last year, but that's what the special ones do, right? Is even when it's not one of the best nights for her, statistically speaking, here when the match is on the line, she has been putting in some of her best work.
Exactly. She hasn't hit for great average tonight, but she's coming through with big kills at the right time.
Leva is blocked. Maafala goes right back to her, through the block and down. Maafala once again keeping the faith.
And Leva just seems to love being the beneficiary of Maafala's sets. I think she has faith in Maafala as well, don't you think?
For good reason.
Yeah.
4 serving 4. Yosia. Good serve, great pass, kill off of one leg. Oh, she rose high on that one.
Celine Gill, 6'2" senior out of Elton Grove, California. High school All-American, number 31 on the recruit list that year.
5 serving 4, Rasky with the floater. Yosia, backside, Gaskin, the dink. Diving save, Nunaville, a great play. Vanderweider from the back row, her soft touch falls in the middle of that Hawaii defense.
Remember, she's a senior. She's been around. She knows the court. She knows when she's hitting out of the back row that sometimes it's better to not take a swing and instead do the tip shot.
So Robin Amos Santos signals for a timeout. Oregon by 2 in the 5th. Welcome back. Hawaii trailing by 2 out of this timeout in this decisive 5th set. If you're just joining us, it's been a pretty wild ride here. Hawaii down 0-2, coming all the way back. And here we are in the 5th set. Castillo. Block may have just got a feather on that. Johnson off the fingertips of the Hawaii block. You'll see a backside Gaskin. Dug up by Nunaviller, but there was an obstruction as Rasky was trying to chase down the set. She bumped into Willow Johnson.
I think the important thing for Hawaii right now is to find a way to slow down Lindsay Vanderweider. She's got 4 of Oregon's 6 points all by herself.
You saw that a woman in the crowd just a moment ago. That is the mother of Angel Gaskin, Mom Erin, in the house, looking about as nervous as anybody, even though she's able to let out the smile knowing that she's on television.
Angel, her daughter's having quite a night. 11 kills, 22-31, career night for her.
Johnson blocked by Leva. Bora dug up by Okino. Yosia goes cross court to Granato off the fingertips. Rasky, back row set. Vanderweider into the twine. Her first hitting error of this 5th set. Yes, she is human.
I told you Hawaii had to find a way to slow her down. They just did. The net. Raise the net right before she hits. Raise the net.
And we start over. It is a race to 9 now. Okino into the net.
Hawaii's 11th service error of the night.
And that was a pretty inopportune one for sure, with Oregon's best scoring server now about to rip into it. Okino with the pass, puts it on the money. Yosia outside, Granato through the block and down.
I feel like we're watching a prize fight, and it's the 15th round.
Yeah, both fighters wobbly, legs rubbery, eyes barely open, swollen.
Only fitting that we had an MMA person here tonight.
That's right. We had Elimele McFarland, the flyweight champion in the Bellator organization that is going to be hosting an event December 15th at the Blaisdell.
Throwing T-shirts to the crowd,
yeah,
wearing her belt.
That's right. Seven serving 7. Raskin goes outside. Vanderweyde. It's like clockwork now. And a chance for the fans here to catch their collective breath as the two teams will swap sides. Vanderweyde now with 13 kills.
I guess he's coming into the front row for Oregon. Veronica Stone.
Well, partner, it's been a fun one. That second set seems like an awfully strange outlier based on what we've seen over the last two nights. Nonetheless, this has been a fun one. Aquino, trouble with the pass. Granato off the block and down.
Dangerous collision over there.
Yeah, it looked like Willow Johnson and Brooke Van Sickle got tied up, chasing after that loose ball, and Johnson holding her jaw. Take a look at this here.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that was a nasty collision.
Yeah, a little head-to-head collision there. Johnson and Van Sickle. Johnson still trying to adjust the jawline. Eyes a bit watery. And we are tied at 8 in a match that has had almost everything involved in it at some point. Vanderweyde off the block. Big touch there by Yosia. Q bump sets. Granato blocked and roofed. And it's Willow Johnson, bleary-eyed and all.
That was a great block. Q actually put up a pretty good bump set there.
It is 9 serving 8. Experience points for both sides here in a match like this. Granato, the dink, found the open floor. And that even put a smile on Robin Amos Santos' face.
It's almost like Granato took a page out of Noreen Yosia's beach game. Right there, going cross court, sees the off blockers coming up and getting the tip, so she'll go deep to where the off blocker came from.
9 serving 9, Granato gets it in. Stone off one leg, one hand save, a Q. Here's Granato from the back row. Good save there by Van Sickle. The touch over by Vanderweyde, a Q. Sets up Granato again from behind the line, blocked by Stone. She gets it up. Yosia tried to catch the Ducks off guard, no doing. Burns almost went through her hands. Granato again, 2 hands it over. Advantage here, Ducks. Rasky sniffed out by Yosia. Granato from the back row, and she gets it down. Disarray all over the place. Now Hawaii somehow leads.
That was chaos at its best. Here's the one-hander by Q again. And here's the ball that finally goes down by Granato. Does a nice job of not trying to do too much with it. Just keeping the ball in play and forcing Oregon to extend the rally.
There was a moment at the end of that point before Granato's kill where Robin Amos Santos turned around, exasperated, frustrated. Guess what? They lead. Timeout, Oregon. Stick around for the Heineken post-game show coming up right after the match as our corner crew breaks down all of tonight's highlights and stats. Plenty to talk about here after this 5-set thriller. Hawaii leading out of the timeout by a point. McKenna Granato, 5 kills in this 5th set. That matches Vanderweyde, who gets the set on the outside through the block, punched up by Ma'afala. Ma'afala from the back row with just 2-handed over. Tough free ball. Vanderweyde by the block, dug up by Tita Q. Ma'afala back row set, Granato off the block. Great save there by Tastad. Vanderweyde the dink, diving save, Ma'afala. But Yosia couldn't chase down the second touch.
We're seeing a little bit of everything tonight. Players colliding, people giving up their bodies to get tips. Vanderweyde takes a big deep breath. She's been swinging a lot of balls. She's got 5 kills, 5 of the 10 points are Vanderweyde's.
A cue, perfect pass. Outside it's Castillo. And she gets roofed solo style by Rasky. Set was a little tight to the net, and Oregon jumps in front. It sounds trite, but this is one of those matches where you just hate to see one of these teams falling short with the effort that's been put forth. Ma'afala high ball. Castillo over the double block and long. Point Oregon. Hawaii still with a timeout left, and Robin Amos Santos will use it. It is do or die time here for the University of Hawaii, trailing by 2 against the 12th ranked Oregon Ducks.
Good timeout call there by Robin Amos Santos. It's her last one. And you see Matt Omer giving his team instructions on what to do to get their last 3 points. It'll be a struggle to get the last 3. You can see him exhorting them to, I think, dig down a little bit deeper and beat this crowd and this Hawaii team.
Reset, pick up your hitter. Yeah, reset, the setter's still up.
Hey, how about Hawaii's digging? 90 digs.
24 of them belong to Tita Q. We got 16 digs for Faith Ma'afala, 16 digs for Noreen Yosia, and another double-double performance for McKenna Granato, 11 digs to go with her 16 kills. But the blocking department has belonged to the Oregon Ducks. 17 total team blocks compared to Hawaii's 7.
Yeah, it really has been a huge difference. The taller team has prevailed at the net.
Hawaii has been able to compensate for that discrepancy in that category with the discrepancy in the aforementioned digs statistic. 90 digs for Hawaii compared to 74 for Oregon. But this is a must-get point here for Hawaii. Oregon up 12, serving 10, and Lindsay Vanderweide getting ready to slap it across. What a match.
Nobody leaving the building, to be sure.
Down the line it goes. Granato, good pass. Backside, you'll see against a double block, and she tools it again.
And you'll see 12 kills now. 20 assists, 16 digs. Oh, ho-hum, another triple-double.
How about 4 blocks as well? The serve by a Q. Outside, Borup. That was a laser beam.
There's a mismatch. 6'4" Borup against the 5'10" Yosia.
So 13 serving 11, and Ronica Stone to serve. Short serve, Castillo the pass. Ma'afala middle to Leva. Dug up over the net. Renato there to have it covered. Leva again. Got a touch on the block. Back row set. Vanderweide dug up by Granato. Yosia touches it over the net. Stone there with the save. Borup off speeder right there is a Q with the dig. Ma'afala middle to Leva. Off the shoulder of Stone. Borup dug up again by a Q. Here's Yosia against a double block. Gets the touch. Point for Hawaii. How are they doing this?
With mirrors, Kanoa. What else?
Check out Robin Amos Santos doing the dance on the sideline. Hawaii within a point. 12 serving 13. Down the line it goes. What a pass there by Tastad. Outside, Borup off the block and down. Credit Cameron Tastad for putting that Noreen Yosia blazer on the money.
Tastad is everything that Matt Olmer said she was. Great defender, great passer. When Borup comes through at the net, but Tastad took what I thought might have been an ace. A great Noreen Yosia serve. Tastad bumped it right up there.
So here we are. It's been a long journey. Hawaii coming back from down 0-2, forcing a fifth, but it is aloha ball for the match. Oregon serving. Two-hand pass Granato. Yosia, middle set. Gaskin blocked and roof, and this one is power. A solo roof by Willow Johnson. But this one deserves an ovation. And this very wise volleyball crowd will oblige.
They're standing up and clapping. Few people are leaving this. Some people are still clapping. Really appreciating great volleyball that was played tonight. What a match.
So the 12th ranked Oregon Ducks, say what you will, but they survived a very difficult test on the road in the Stan Sheriff Center against the Rainbow Wahine team that just would not quit when they had probably every reason to.
And I noticed that when Willow Johnson shook hands just then with Tita Akiu, She said she leaned down to her, like you know, she's all of, what, 5'3" or 4? Leans down to her and says, what a match. How did you dig all those balls? Or something like that. 26 digs for a cue.
Ties her season high. All right, Scott Robbs is with Robin Amo Santos.
Hey, thanks a lot, Canoa. Well, a week ago, this team that you played beat the #1 team in the country. Tonight, you guys took them to 5. You went blow to blow with them. I think this team kind of grew up this evening.
Yeah, just a little. Just a little. I mean, besides the second set, I think they came out, they fought hard. We had a long meeting, you know, about just fighting, the word fight. What are you fighting for? And, you know, as you can see, they never let a ball drop in the last, you know, after the second set. So, yes, we are growing. I think we should grow faster, but I'm patient.
Well, I think it also has to make you feel good knowing now that next week you're going to go on the road and open up Big West Conference play. You're going to go on the road for the first time this year.
Yeah, I think this is a good start. You know, we got some momentum. They're playing great right now, and I think it's a good momentum going in, even though we did lose. Just good momentum going in.
You played Trinity Castaneda towards the end of that second set. Were there any thoughts of redshirting her, and does she lose her redshirt by coming in?
I mean, I did think about redshirting her. But she does. She gets up and she bangs balls. She's got to, you know, grow. Obviously, she's young right now. She's gonna do good things.
One last thing, Robin. Happy birthday!
Oh, thanks.
Because tomorrow's Robin's 21st birthday. By the way, the team came out of the tunnel before the game. Every single player gave you a rose and a hug. That was pretty special.
Yeah, I don't know. They still like me, even though I yell at them. Nah, they're a great bunch of girls. I love coaching them. They give me a lot of gray hairs, but they're a good bunch of girls. Yeah.
Thank you, Robin.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Chris Kanoa, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presenting the players of the match. August Raskey, 50 assists for the Oregon Ducks, 7 kills, 5 blocks, 16 digs. And Tita Q tying her season high with 26 digs. She is a special player. And boy, what a scoop for this Rainbow Wahine squad. Remember, I mean, she comes in replacing one of the great liberos that Hawaii has had in its program in Savannah Kahakai, and they have not missed a beat with what Tita Q has provided, and she has drawn some of the attention you saw tonight through the handshake line. Several Oregon players, as you pointed out, Chris, making it a point to credit Tita Q for her effort, but I think it was an all-around team effort by Hawaii. 2 nights in a row, and yes, it was a sweep last night, but that sells short the competitiveness that we saw from this Hawaii team, and certainly tonight it was much more evident, forcing a 5th set that went down to the wire. So what say you about what we saw from the Rainbow Wahine this week?
I was just so impressed with how they were down 0-2 and played horribly in that second set, losing by 15 points. And to come back and to take it to 5, I thought it showed so much courage and savvy and trust in each other. And I thought the staff did some good job in preparing against this incredibly physical, really talented Oregon team that is going to do big things, I think, in the Pac-12 this year and in the NC2A. They are really an amazing team, and I think Hawaii should be proud of themselves for playing as well as they did. And now they're going to have to catch their breath and go on the road for the conference next week against Davis and UC Irvine. That's going to be a challenge going on the road for the first time.
Yep, it's money time. Conference season for both these programs. Oregon will engage in yet another Civil War matchup against rival Oregon State on September 20th. That will be in Eugene. And for Hawaii, as you mentioned, it's on to the road. UC Davis and UC Irvine back home on September 28th against Cal State Fullerton. We will see you then. Don't forget about the Heineken post-game show. It was a wild one, but in the end, Hawaii falls to 4-5. Oregon now 7-3. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Till next time, aloha.